Hashtag Love Right Create.
Woo!
And we are here, and it's November 1st, and we are ready to write, and I'm going to, like, karate chop all the words in the face. And I'm Callie, and I'm here with you, Callie Ross. And I have with me Miss Morgan Wiley over there that's laughing at me. She's going to karate chop stuff in the face, too. And then I have Gabby Robbins over there laughing at me. And this is actually happening on my YouTube channel and not the Love Right Create channel because my computer crashed yesterday.
Ooh,
or actually the night before that. But I lost everything. So that means that I've got to set everything back up so that I can connect to the right place. But we had already planned this. I didn't want to not do it or put it off because that's what we do and we're busy. So we are continuing with the Love Right Create Hangout and the NaNoWriMo, like, accountability episode, essentially, because we all in some form or fashion have tried to do some sort of NaNoWriMo something, but I don't think any of us have ever succeeded at this.
No.
But this year, 2015, it is going to be the most awesome year, like, ever, of all time. And we're all going to write our brains out, and we're going to finish novels, and it's going to be amazing. But to kind of help everybody else out there that watches us, I think it's good if we get into, like, our goals and really, like, just be transparent about it, because I know we have more than just goals of writing. We have other goals, too, when it comes to social media and releases and all that stuff. So, ladies, I'm about to get personal and ask you some questions about what you want to do.
Bring it.
So let me just start out with something simple. What is your word count goal for the month of November? And Morgan, why don't you go first?
Okay. Well, maybe we should do just a real quick, brief overview for those of you that maybe don't know what a NaNoWriMo is.
Oh, good call. Sorry about that.
It is the entire month of November, and it is 50,000 words in 30 days. Now, you can divide that up. You can do it any way you want. You can do 10,000 a day if your fingers don't fall off, but, you know, we try to kind of space it out and
well, and you can actually change the word count goal, though, if you want to. You can change it and make it anything you want.
You can't. You can officially? Or
yeah, I think so. I mean, like, there's a contest and stuff involved with it, so I think if you want to be in the contest, it has to be a certain number, but if you don't care about the contest part of it and you just want to have the social aspect of it, you can set your goal to, like, 30,000 words or anything.
Okay,
I think that's what I was thinking, because I was playing with that little feature the other day because I was
did not know that.
I was tempted.
I think it gives us an out that we should not have.
And just so everybody knows, it's NaNoWriMo.org. I got that wrong the first time. It wasn't .com.
Oh,
it's
yes, it is .org. It stands for National Novel Writing Month. NaNoWriMo.
NaNoWriMo. W-R-I.
We know how to spell.
NaNoWriMo.org.
Okay, so back to the question at hand. My word count. I would really love to say that I'm going to be ambitious and get over my goal, but right now I will be thrilled if I just make it to the 50,000 words. So I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to stick with the 50,000 words. I've never done that in a month. And November is a very busy month. We have Thanksgiving, we have family things, etc. So, 50,000, I'm going to do it this month.
Okay, Gabby, what about you?
Yeah, because everyone knows that I'm still working on my first book that I started 3 NaNoWriMos ago. So my goal right now, just knowing that I'm going to have to kind of like, to make it a book, I'm probably going to have to be at 52. So just because I know I'll have to edit a ton and do all of that stuff. So I'm thinking 50 is going to be my goal, which is really weird if you, like, divide that by 30 days, because it's like 1,666,666.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to change it to like 51,000 just so it's not 6666. But
So
yeah.
round up.
It'll be about 50,000. About 50,000.
I don't know. I think when you start writing by like day 10 or 12, you're going to be like, this is the devil.
It's the devil. It's the devil number. Yeah, so we'll see. And yeah, 50,000 is probably going to be where I'm going to land. Hopefully, if I can get it.
Yeah, I'm going the traditional route with the 50,000 words. Again, like Morgan, I've never written that many words in a month. I've come close in like a winter month where we had lots of snow days and I was at home, but by close I mean like within 15,000 words. Like it wasn't even really close to 50,000 words. It was more like 40. And and like I said, that was like stuck at home writing every day. And so with work and with church and family and like you said, holidays, it's going to be crazy, but my goal is to write every day, like, and even if it means like just 15 minutes, just finding some little pocket or window or something to get a little writing done, and then the days I know I can write, maybe go over the daily goal so that I can kind of, for the days like Monday that are horrible for writing for me, I can maybe double Tuesdays and do double the word count to make up for Monday.
Yeah.
But yeah, 50,000 words. It's going to be a very short, rough draft, but that's what my goal is just a rough draft. Something simple that I can build on, some bones that I can build on and have something good later. Okay, so now I want to know what you're writing. And maybe I just need to know what kind of genre, if you don't want to be too explanatory when it comes to like your plot and all this. I don't mean that. But like, what are your plans for what you're writing? Because I think this might intrigue different people, because some people that we know, and one of our friends was going to join us, but she got sick. She's going to do a collection of short stories. I think that's intriguing. But Gabby, what are you going to write?
I am going to try to finish my book up. I want to say it's like YA, maybe urban fantasy. I don't know. Once I get it done, I'm pretty sure that's where it's going to land. I mean, it's NA characters. They're older, but they're mythical creatures, so they're not really like human age. They're older, though, comparatively. So, yeah, I'm going to finish that. Yeah, it's about Muse and Siren, so we'll see.
All right, Morgan, what about you?
Well, okay, I did something that you probably shouldn't do right before Nano. It changed my plan.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so I had planned to continue in my YA fantasy series. It was going to be book 4. But you guys, I felt like I was forcing it, and it just... I thought, you know what? I can't be writing something right now to get through Nano that I'm not inspired about and I'm forcing.
Right.
So I decided last night, 10 o'clock at night, while I was trying to plot things out, that I needed to do the second book in my new NA Paranormal that is not yet out, but will be shortly.
Cool.
Because I was inspired about it, and it was flowing, and I just thought, you know what? I just think I need to follow through with this. So that's where I'm at.
Awesome.
That will make this brain happy, because I'm a little over halfway through with the first one, and I'm loving it.
Okay, sweet.
Okay, well, for me, I'm doing something along the lines of Morgan when it comes to, like, I wouldn't say completely changing my idea, but I was thinking that I was going to do or finish kind of like Gabby on for probably a year and a half, like off and on. And I just usually write it in between books, that kind of thing. I decided, because I love the short story, or not short story, but novella that I wrote for the Dynamis group. It's a Cupid's novel, urban fantasy. I would go with that too, thinking through the genre. And even though it's kind of listed more as like supernatural, paranormal, I'm going to write a book that is after the novella. So I'm really excited about it because I love my character and I can't wait. And it's different. It's so different than anything I thought I would ever write. But it's still so fun and I love it. So that's what I'm going to write. But go ahead. Say that. I'm sorry.
I said I'm excited.
Oh, I know, me too. Tonight I'm actually gonna start chapter 1. Like I'm gonna just boom, like after this phone call, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
so pumped and motivated because we had this talk, and then I'm just gonna start writing.
Do it.
Yes. And so after that, now we're gonna get into extra stuff because I know each of us has planned on extra stuff. I want to know, what are you guys doing that's going to be extra on top of NaNoWriMo? Because I think everybody needs to understand that they're not alone. It's not just the one thing happening, and maybe even talk about how you're going to try and balance things out. Morgan, what about you?
Do you mean extra writing stuff or extra just?
Well, either or, because we talked about Thanksgiving and family and stuff, but I know that, like, whether it's social media, whether it's promoting stuff, whether it's reading stuff, like that's stuff that I think we don't really include in our schedule. We just fit it in where we can.
Adds up. The time adds up.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if we did schedule it, whether it takes the fun out of it or not, it would make us better writers for some reason. I think that.
It's probably true. I should probably do that. Let's see. I'm participating in a what do you call them? I've never done one before.
Instagram.
Yeah, the Instagram 30-day challenge. This one is it's an author's 30-day challenge. It's a kind of a peek into my life every day. Something that I love either about writing, so that you get to know me a little bit more about that. So I'm doing that, which I've never done one every day for a challenge, so that'll be interesting and fun. My family is going out of town the week of Thanksgiving, so I'm really hoping to get writing in on that trip, but I'm also trying to get a lot in before that in case I don't get it done on that trip. What else? I have a release coming out.
You have something you're promoting?
Yeah, I have a new release coming out this month that I'm trying to get that ready, formatting, final edits, things like that. I'm a part of a group with Callie here that it's called Dynamis, and we have a readers group. It's really fun. So people can get involved there, but we have a release collectively. I mean, well, each author has an individual release every Monday until right before Christmas. It started last week, so we have promotion for that as well. So, and and I homeschool my daughter, and we just have all sorts of fun stuff going on.
What about you, Gabby?
Well, I have this huge brain. I had this huge, like, I don't know, it's probably not a brainstorm. I turned 39 last week, and so, yay, I'm old. And I thought, I've been trying to write a book for a good 3 or 4 years now, and I was like, I'm going to be 40 next year. This is a pretty big deal, right? And I'm like, what? Besides finishing this book, which I need to make a super duper priority, what are the things I want to get done? And we're a huge YouTube family. We love what YouTube is kind of like what Disney Channel was to, kids maybe 5, 6 years ago, which my oldest daughter was a part of that. And so I was like, you know what? It'd be really cool. I know that tons of people might not want to watch that journey, but it might be really cool to get a bucket list together and to do just a little bit of, me trying to figure out getting a book done along with a couple other pretty big goals. We have some pretty big milestones happening in my life with my children and just different things like that. So I'm going to try to do that weekly, a vlog about it, and just see where it goes from there, and knowing that if I finish this book, I'm going to need to kind of promote it and market it and see if this helps in any way of kind of vlogging the journey. And see where it goes there. And then really just planning out, like we talked about, when we're going to write. And I think that's what's kind of held me back from getting things done, is that I say I'm going to write whenever I can, but I'm not necessarily planning out specific time. There are a couple days during the week that are super duper packed out no matter what. Sundays and Mondays are really hard for me because we're really involved in our church and our community group here in town. And so I'm going to have to really be more specific on my writing times because I have a full-time job and my kids are homeschooled. 2 of them are. So we have a lot going on, and I feel like this go at getting these goals accomplished is going to be me really trying hard to be more specific about my writing time. That's what NaNoWriMo hopefully is going to do for me. I kind of had a sit-down dinner with the family, and we all discussed, you know, our goals and things that have been going on and how important this was for me. And so it was kind of like November is going to be the month of my mom might be saying no a little more than, you know, not for the huge important things, but for the smaller things. And that dad's, you know, offered to step up and to kind of you know, stand in for me. So I think stuff like that, when you recognize there's a goal, like I'm trying to figure that out still. So, but yeah, those are kind of the things that I'm doing to kind of motivate myself, but also just to kind of be preemptive on the marketing side, because we all know that even if you get picked up, like even if your book gets picked up, you're still going to have to promote it as much as you can on your own. I really kind of want to do that Instagram thing you guys are doing, though, because I was looking at your posts and I was like, oh my gosh, that looks really fun. So we'll see if I can fit in a couple things like that, you know, I always want to talk about books, so that's easy to do. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
You should totally jump in. I mean, like, somebody else asked about that, and I was like, just jump in. Just post your
I haven't even done mine for today, so yeah, jump in.
Yeah.
I'll send you the thing.
Yeah, it's one of those things that there's anything that can really help motivate you on a daily basis, and I think that's one of the reasons whenever some of the girls in our Dynamist group were talking about it, I was like, that would really help me, because it would be something not necessarily eyes on me to help hold me accountable, but it would remind me every day, hey, you're a writer, you're supposed to be writing today.
Yeah.
You're a part of this group, so you should be writing. And so I'm doing that as well, and I am looking at throwing out my 2 novels, my 2 A Lost Tribe novels, into a box set to put out there this month. It's kind of one of those, like, it's put together and it's ready. It just and then I'm just trying to decide. I haven't put any, like, big stuff out there as far as promotion because I haven't been sure about it. But I thought it would just be something fun to do for the end of November or maybe Christmas time. And it, you know, it's just so that people can download both books at once.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's something that's kind of in the background happening. And then, you know, like both of you guys, I've got so much happening with family, and I have specific work days that are, you know, I feel like I'm in the trenches, you know, and I'm just like holding everything back until the battle is won at the end of the day, and then I just want to fall asleep and not necessarily write. And so just kind of fighting through a couple of those days, and even if it's just 15 minutes, like, I know it sounds lame, but I was talking to another author, Brenda Pandos, about sprints, writing sprints. And whenever we do them, we always do 30 or, you know, maybe even 60 minutes. I know some people that do even longer stretches of writing sprints and holding each other accountable. And she was like, I only do 25 minutes. And I was like, okay, that's fine. You know, whatever you want to do. And we were sprinting the other day, and I was like, gosh, it's just 25 minutes. And I asked her, I said, why do you do 25 minutes? And she said, because if I have to pee, I can hold it for 25 minutes. You know, like if I have a kid that needs something, I can tell them, give me 25 minutes. And it's something manageable and tangible that you can work through 25 minutes. And so even just in 25 minutes, getting 5 or less, I mean, even it could be 300 words, but it's something on the page, and it keeps you going. So I plan to implement writing sprints, especially on the days that it's really tough, even if it's just one sprint. Yeah. And but yeah, I mean, like, it's crazy. This week is crazy. This month is crazy. One thing, and I hate to bring it up because, Morgan, you're sitting right there, and if you live closer, you come too. But one thing Gabby and I decided to do was just, like, almost last minute, hey, let's just take these 3 days, these 2 nights, and just write as much as we can. And luckily we have our husbands. I was about to say we have 2 husbands. Like, we each have 2 husbands. We don't. We each have 1 husband. But our husbands are so good about, you know, like, hey, we'll take care of it. Go and do your thing. And so I'm hoping, because it is a new novel, that I can get a good momentum going and just try and kick off the month with a lot of words. So that's kind of what I have going on, and how everything's going to pile on top of each other. I even agreed to do a Pampered Chef party, dude. What's wrong with me? I know, I'm so lame. Yeah, okay, that's a whole nother story. Okay.
Say no.
So, no, N-O. It is a word that I can use.
N-O.
You can use it. It's the easiest word in our language, but it's the hardest word for me to say, and that's a whole nother episode of Love, Write, Create, okay?
Yes.
Okay, so we have things we're going to do, or we have all this stuff going on, and now I want to talk about things we're going to do. I kind of started it with the whole writing sprints and trying to take more than just a chunk of 25 minutes and do like a whole day or two. But is there anything else you guys can think of as far as motivational that you guys are going to try and implement into your writing?
What I've been doing is I'm hoping this is going to work, and I've sat down and I printed off a calendar, for November, completely clear of what I have on my normal work calendar. And what I've tried to do is say stuff like, okay, if I want to post a video twice a week or once a week, when am I going to film the video? And then when am I going to edit the video? And this is the day that I'm going to put it up. Like, basically be more detailed than I have in the past, and just been like, well, I'll do a video during the week and get it done when I get it done. It doesn't work that way. Like, I will just figure out things to do that. So what I've tried to do is break it down and also be really clear, if I have to leave work at 6 and I'm getting home and having dinner at 7, that I basically say by 8:30 I'm sitting down. And then now just giving myself bite-sized chunks of saying 25-minute sprints and trying to hit a goal, of whatever the word goal is. I have it all written down, so that maybe that'll kind of make me go, okay, this is what I need to do, this is what I need to do. And then I kind of have a running to-do list of family stuff I have to do, and it's been really helpful for me to be able to go to my husband and be like, I have these things I need to do, what can you help me with? Because I just need time. Like, he's been really good about picking up the slack a little, which we obviously do with each other. Our husbands all do other things, and you kind of pick up the slack when they're super busy, and he gets that. And so it's really helpful to be able to say, hey. So I'm just trying to be more, not determined, but more, what's the word I'm looking for?
Intentional.
Intentional about my time. I used to think it was crazy to look at my day and go, okay, from this to this time I'm doing this, and plan it all out, but it has actually made it feel more attainable. Like, I think I can actually do it because I have it all planned out. And it be more bite-sized instead of being like, okay, you got to just get this huge book done by the end of November. Like, anything right now I'm going to try to break it down so that I don't feel like it's such a big thing right now, which it has been.
I think that's awesome.
What about you, Morgan?
I think something for me, let's see, I'm going to, well, now that I've switched my book, I need to plot that one out a little more. I think that will help keep me going. Because, like, this morning I actually was off to a great start, so that was inspiring, and it kind of made me want to keep writing. So I think as long as I can stay on top of knowing what's coming next, so that I don't use all my time to try to figure it out, so that when it's my writing time, I can just dive right in and be writing. Also, let's see what motivational. I stocked up on my licorice, and self-rewarding treats I think are good. Maybe some walks after I've sat for 2 hours and ate licorice. I'm not sure what else motivationally. I think just for me, it's just exciting that as it's happening. As long as I'm continuing to get the words, then I'll be excited. For those days that aren't so exciting, I'm not sure yet. I might be calling you guys.
Well, do you guys plan on going to the website and entering your daily numbers?
I haven't really done that in the past. I just thought I'd wait until the end. But I've actually noticed on the site, if people like little self-rewards, they actually have badges and things. And if you will do it like for 5 days in a row, you'll get a special badge. Little things like that are kind of like, oh, I did it. So I actually was thinking about it, so I might, at least for a while, and I don't know if I'll commit to every day, but I thought I'd do it for a while just to see progress.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Gabby?
I haven't signed up for this year, but I think I might do it, see if that just kind of me being able to type in there that I've actually gotten words done might be motivational for me, but I haven't done it yet. So that's something that I need to put on my list for tomorrow to try, see if it helps.
Yeah. Well, and for me, there are pretty little graphs, and that kind of that whole like arrow going up or that line going up, on the chart, it helps me. Like it makes me think, oh, there's more than just 5 words today. Like even if it's just adding every day, and it's just a little bit more, that just helps me. So let me ask you. This will probably be the last thing because we talked about kind of keeping this shorter this week, and it's not, but that's okay. When it comes to the day that you don't get things done, the day that everything else happens and you say yes to it and not no, and your writing ends up being the thing left over in the gutter, how are you going to tell yourself or get yourself to get back on that wagon or jump back on that horse the next day? Gabby?
Like right now, my mantra has been just like every day. Like I just need to every day hit it and and just recognize, as long as it's more than that, I'm really trying to sit down and do it a majority of the time. And if I'm missing, on days that I just have too much going on, it's okay. I just feel like, there's so much about that I've been learning about doubt and self-doubt that, you got to give yourself a break sometimes when it comes to, like, if you miss one day, getting right back on and not letting that one day kind of deter you, like just totally throw you off track, which I feel like it has happened a lot to me. So I'm going to just be like every day and just every day hit it. And if I mess up one day, just next day, just, I also don't want to be like, well, I got to do double today. Like, I just want to sit down the next day and actually write something.
Mm-hmm.
So every day I'm just going to keep saying it. I'm going to try to get it done every day.
What about you, Morgan? Are the red vines going to suffer if you don't get down and write?
They probably should suffer, huh? I should have them in a locked drawer. But I think Gabby's right. I think it's just, you just sit down, you go with the goal, the plan to do it. If you can't, it's okay. You don't get down on yourself. You just, you get up again the next day and you go at it again. And soon enough, as you continue doing it, I think it gets easier and you build more of a, a ritual out of it, a habit that becomes a part of your life that then, it's just an easier thing to make time to do. But to not beat yourself up, and it's okay, and just keep going.
Yeah. I keep telling myself Netflix will be there in December.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And, it's one of those things where I just have to, like if I DVR something and it's sitting there for a couple of weeks, that's okay, because it'll still be there. And honestly, all the shows everyone Facebook or tweets about and gives spoilers, those aren't the shows I'm watching anyway, so it doesn't matter. Like if I don't see it. I mean, it's kind of one of those things, too, where when I think of laundry or I think of dusting or vacuuming, I have to tell myself those are things I can do while I am having a conversation with the kids or helping the kids with their homework or talking to Scott or that I can do those things, and I try to get those things done while they're not at home or while they're doing something else, but I don't have to. Like I can include them in those activities, and the time that I do have alone or the time that they are doing other things, that's when I need to be working and writing.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
I think that when I have a bad day, or when because it's gonna happen, there's gonna be a day where I do not write. I hope, I'm keeping my fingers crossed it doesn't happen, but if it does, for me it's gonna be that mentality of, well, okay, fine, then tomorrow, not that it's a punishment or anything, but you don't watch TV tomorrow. Like get more writing done. But it'll be there whenever you do have some time to watch it. But. That's gonna be my mentality through this whole thing.
It's good.
Okay. Well, I think that's it. Unless you have anything else to add, is there anything I need to do to help hold you two accountable? Should I like text you at 5 a.m.? Are you writing yet?
Not
My 5 or your 5?
Yeah, that's right. Because if it's a my 5, it's like 3.
You're like, no.
Don't worry,
Get
I'm not going to text either one of you that early. I do not wake up that early, so you're good. Well, if that's it, then we're going to bid everyone adieu, and we will, I guess, just catch up in the next week. Every Sunday this month, we're going to try and keep it motivated and keep the momentum going. So if you don't write this week, I'm going to come through the screen and I'm going to karate chop you.
Wow.
Yeah. But thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you next week.
Happy writing.
Bye.
Bye.